Welcome back to Johnny Custom Glock's Front Sight Press. All right. It's going to be a very upsetting show for me, but we're going to deal with it. All right. So, as usual, I'm here with Julie. And also,
wait.
The other way.
I don't understand.
but
it's backwards.
We really
thing.
suck at that. You know that?
You're over here when I'm looking at my camera, but yet that's not the way my finger goes. I don't know. It's all backwards and reversed.
You know I love you anyways, even though we can never make that work. You know what was the best? No. The ear one. The ear one was the best.
Last week that was great. I can still hear better out of that ear already.
All right.
Vern's on. Sean says, "Did I win?"
Yes.
Lana's on.
Hey. All right. So
Steve won.
Oh yeah, Steve was fighting. Steve's like right up there with Sean. So let's do this. Let's spank the sponsors and get into this because it's gonna be a rough show. So like and share. All right. Don't forget to comment. Please go over to both Rumble and YouTube and go to Musings with MGL. All right, let's get Jeff to 100,000 because he's right there. He's right there. We're trying to give him a little push to get him to that 100,000. He only needs like 89,000
and some change. 89K and some change, man. We can do that.
Drop in the bucket.
We still got. Let's see. So we got 4 months basically, right? I want it by January 1st, so that gives us, let's say, October, November, December, 3.5 months. 80 divided by 3 is what? 20-something thousand a month, give or take. So 18,000 a month. Something. I think we can do 18K a month in the next 3 months and get me there.
We can get 18K. It doesn't seem like that far of a stretch.
Nope. Let's do it.
All right. So let's spank them right now. So our king sponsor, Johnny Custom Glock. Because life is too short to have a Glock trigger that sucks. All right, so go get yourself a Johnny Glock's trigger. You know, he's got the new, what is it? Vex, Deuce, whatever. He's got that one out with the awesome new shoe on it, right? He's got the 4311 trigger, which is friggin' amazing, okay? So if you're just dealing with a regular Glock trigger, life must suck for you, okay? So go get yourself a Johnny Custom Glock's trigger. Our jester sponsor, Sean Hilton at smokeshow3d.com.
Woo-hoo! Yeah, baby.
Hooking us up with the giveaways. And if you don't got a Glock Armor's block and you got a G-Lock, you need to go over there right now and use your Fsp 10 to get 10% off. Also, we will have a video up at Caffeine and Carry last week. I went in there and demonstrated how to use the block, how to take your Glock all the way apart. That went pretty well. Had a nice group there. Oh, no, it wasn't last week. It was 2 weeks ago, right?
I think so.
2 weeks ago, whatever. But, all right. So soon we'll have that Rumble channel going so you can check those videos out. And the Self-Defense Emporium. We're always hooking us up with the chance to win the hour on the simulator. All right? All right, let's get to the toast. Oh, we need something to toast with. Can you grab that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You guys drank the last year Advent calendar last week, right?
No, this week was supposed to be the last one, but there was only that much in the bottle, so we're like, I don't know about that.
Somebody's been tapping it when you're not here.
Wow, somebody cracked in your Advent calendar. That's messed up.
I was about to say, it's not like I, have like a teenager or something. Like, oh wait, that's right, I do.
Thank you.
There you go.
Oh, that's more than usual.
Oh, here, I'll do a little bit. Yeah, there's just a little bit. How's that?
Yeah, it's a little less. Okay.
All right, so
I haven't noticed that you're live again, damn it. I don't understand why it doesn't do that.
I don't know. All right, so here's the
Facebook
deal.
messing with us.
Yep. So this toast, I want to just send out to Charlie Kirk. Rest in peace. All right. I enjoyed watching you. I enjoyed your message. I enjoyed how you didn't hate people that were hating you, but yet one of them killed you. So rest in peace. May your words be carried on. Yeah, that was a little extra. Wash it down. Some vodka.
Rocket Man's on. Louis Soto's on.
What's up, guys?
Pat Smart says like and share, the old like and share symbol with share on there.
Oh, remember that? Liking?
Yeah. Yep.
LinkedIn. Why can't I can't find the video on feed.
On.
Facebook.
Both phones? Or just Big V?
Just, so far, just Big G. Then we've got Kenny Johns is on.
Hey. Good crowd. Good crowd. All right.
Yeah.
So here's what we're going to do.
Very Chris. Cat's on. Yeah.
I'm not in the
There it
best
is.
mood
Found it.
because of, you got it? Because of what's going on. So just let you know, it's not a good idea to fuck with me tonight. All right. So let's keep that in mind. So what do you want to talk about first?
I don't know. You want to, yeah. I mean, would you just get into it and you talk about Charlie Kirk, I guess, and
All right.
bolt action rifles, sniper shots, carotid arteries, conspiracies, what it means for our country, whatever. I'll let you go.
So
You're fired up.
understand this. We're going to talk about this. I don't want to hear any shit about conspiracies. All right. With what little facts I have, keep in mind. All right. I will just elaborate on what I know. So, as far as I know, he was shot with a bolt action 30-06 Mauser rifle. All right. Now, what that means to me is it was some old World War II rifle that was rechambered and barreled in 30-06. Excuse me. All right. That's what I know. Okay. As far as this was a professional hit, if it was a really shitty professional. What I've seen is I've watched a slowed down video of it where he is hit in his right chest. Now understand from what I understand, and I have very limited facts. I have no backing to any of the facts that I'm using as facts. All right, so they're just hearsay. From what I understand, he was wearing level 4 plates, which would stop a 30-06 round. Okay, the round hit here and then ricocheted through his neck. That's what I understand. So first of all the knuckleheads out there saying that this was a professional hit and he shot for his jugular vein. Like, the nicest way I can say this is shut the fuck up, because nobody does that. All right? Is it the American Sniper Association? Their motto isn't neck shoot the fucker. Okay? It's face shoot the fucker. So at 200 yards, which is a very easy shot to shoot a person, especially with a scoped rifle, okay? If you were going to hit someplace, you would just shoot him in the face. Now,
Brain.
most people
Right,
are trained to shoot in the chest. So most likely he was aiming here and he hit there. It's a short distance with a scope rifle that an average shooter could take and hit. Understand that when they talk about accuracy of rifle, they talk about MOA, which is minute of angle. That is 1 inch at 100 yards. And every 100 yards, it grows an inch. So at 200, it's 2 inches. 300, it's 3 inches. 400, it's 4 inches. So 4 inches at 400 yards, or 5 inches at 500 yards, which is more, okay, is a lot less than if they were aiming here and they hit here. They didn't aim for his friggin' vein and shoot him in the neck on purpose. I will bet my friggin' house on that. All right? That is just what happened. So please stop with the professional hit shit. It was a sloppy shot at 200 yards, and it hit him here and ricocheted there. From what I can see on the slow video. That's all I'm saying. Right? My facts are from what I've seen. I cannot confirm or deny that they are actual facts. I am just telling you what I've seen. But no professional sniper shoots for the neck. You shoot for the chest or the face. All right? That's it. There's not like a V line on targets so you could shoot for the friggin' veins in people's necks. All right? There's a T box on their face. So please stop passing on that information that it was a professional assassin. Because if he was, he's really shitty at it. All right, that's all I got to say.
Yeah, I mean, that was, I mean, I don't have the experience you do as a sniper, obviously, but just in the limited experience I do have, that was my logical thought about it when everybody's like, oh, this must be a professional hit because at 200 yards, you hit him right in the neck and the jugular. And I'm like, but nobody teaches you to shoot for the jugular. I didn't go through sniper school, but I'm pretty sure that's probably true. And most likely, I hadn't slowed it down, so I didn't know about getting hit in the chest. But my theory was he was aiming for his chest. And right, if he's just an average shooter or somebody's got a little bit above average skills or whatever, he missed his chest, but got lucky and happened to hit his throat or his upper chest and hit his artery. And it was like bad luck or lucky shot, I guess, depending on your perspective, that resulted in where he actually got hit. But obviously at no point did I think he was aiming for his neck, because that obviously doesn't make any sense. And yeah, 200 yards with a rifle, I mean, a lot of people can make that shot. It's not an impossible shot. You don't have to be trained in sniper school or whatever. It wasn't miles away with, whatever. It's a couple hundred miles. It seemed like a pretty easy, from the layout that I've seen and where they think the guy was on the roof from the videos or whatever, like it's a direct line of sight. He's down in this little tunnel thing, so you don't have a lot of people standing in front of him or getting in your way or whatever. There's not going to be a lot of wind down there because it's blocked off because he's sunken in, so there shouldn't be a lot of, it's not an impossible shot for most people who have, medium to maybe a little bit above medium skill with a rifle. So I don't think there's anything here other than some crazy leftist, most likely. We don't know because they haven't been caught yet, but just statistically speaking and logically speaking, it's just some crazy lefty that wanted to shoot Charlie Clerk because they didn't like him, and so they got lucky with their shot, or it was a good enough shot for them to make, and unfortunately, that's where we find ourselves today.
It's like this. Understand accuracy. I can stand on one leg, turn a gun upside down, shoot with my pinkies with the gun upside down, and hit a head side target at 100 yards with a friggin' pistol on one leg. All right? This is not some super assassin. He hit here, not here. He hit here. There's no reason to shoot somebody here. He missed where he was aiming. All right? And it ricocheted. It's not a professional hit. It's some kid with a hunting rifle that shot somebody at 200 yards. And they should take this person and anybody that helped him, and they should friggin' quarter them for us to watch on YouTube. That's what should happen, because this is fucking stupid.
John Merck said, dude was aiming for his head, didn't adjust for elevation.
That could be too. Either way, he wasn't aiming for his carotid artery. Let's just put it that way. Well,
let's just put it that
way. People are like, well, he obviously must be a professional because he had an escape plan. He got away. I'm like, it's not the president. There aren't secret services, drones everywhere. You walk down from the
There
roof
was-
and you fucking walk off school campus because there's thousands of people walking around. How the hell are you going to get caught? It's not
There were
difficult.
2,000 to 3,000 people there, and there were
Right.
6 uniformed officers and some plain clothes. So they had 6 and probably 2,
Yeah.
right? They had 8 guys to cover the whole area.
Right. Have you ever been to a college campus? Like, you can usually just leave in any direction. It's not like there's a gate that you have to come in with your car and park in a certain spot and everybody has to check you. Like, it's a college campus. You can walk in any direction when you come out of a building and get off the campus. There's thousands of students around, teachers. That's obviously why he left the rifle, because it probably would at that point look a little suspicious if he was walking around with something on his back that looks sort of like a rifle, which I suspect is why he left it behind. But it doesn't take master planning to walk away from a scene with thousands of people and just disappear into the crowd. I mean, it ain't that complicated.
They're going to find out that this rifle was sold at like an estate sale, all right, or at a yard sale or something
Right.
like that.
Or he inherited it from his dad and has been
Right.
hunting his whole life or something like that. He's a mediocre hunter or something. Like, who knows? Well, they're already calling for gun control, of course. That's where all the lefties are going. Not hey, Democrats, stop shooting people you disagree with. It's we must have gun control. We got to ban AR-15s and assault rifle. Well, it was a bolt action rifle in a gun free zone. So explain to me what we're supposed to do about that.
Okay. John Merck says, "Did you say it ricocheted?"
Yeah. Hit him in the plate. He was wearing a plate. It hit him here and ricocheted through his neck.
Maria,
Oh,
wants
he's wearing
to
a
know
bulletproof
where
vest? You mean?
plate.
Yeah, a steel, like a level
Oh, I
4
didn't know he was
plate.
wearing one of those. Oh, I didn't know he was
Yeah.
wearing one of those.
That's why you can see it. Like if they slow the video down, you can see the black dot. From the video
Right.
that I saw,
Sure, right. I understand. Full
which
disclaimer.
makes more sense because of the wound in his neck or whatever. But,
Right.
you know, it was a black dot, and then it went through his neck like that.
So Maria wants to know where you saw the slow-mo video.
I'm trying to remember. It's a chick that was on one of those shooting shows. I can't remember. I'll try to find it. You guys talk, and I'll try to find it.
Let's see. Sean says, "Do it on PPV, and all proceeds go to the Kirk family." John Merck says, "Heard a plane took off 30 minutes after, and all of a sudden dropped off the radar." I heard that also.
Yeah, it's
What
sort of.
else?
I mean, I keep seeing this video of these guys. Like, there's allegedly 2 dudes standing up on the thing behind them, and you can see this video where one guy like goes to his hat, and then they post a thing that said that's military signal for a sniper, and then another guy like does like a thing with his arm, like he's somebody stealing second base or whatever, and they put up a thing that like that means imminent danger in the area. So who are these guys? Why do they know what was going on? How come nobody's interviewed them or whatever? And so it's like, here we go already. So it's kind of like, who the hell knows what's going on? Everybody's already going to jump the gun on that.
Here's the deal. They went out and found, if that's the case, they went out and found the worst fucking sniper they could get. Right? And he fucked it up.
They see that again.
He
If
just
those
happened to
guys,
get the mission done.
well, if those guys are working with the sniper, why would they give signals telling people that there's a sniper? Number one, that's an imminent threat. You don't do that. If they were his guards, why didn't they jump on him or tackle him or tell him to get out of the way if they saw a sniper and there was an imminent threat? So it doesn't make any sense. Like, there's no logical reason for either one of those explanations. So I don't know.
It's everybody
I don't know.
trying to make it a conspiracy theory. It was some
Correct.
transgender person friggin' shot him because they don't like Charlie Kirk saying that there's no such thing.
Yeah.
That's it.
Maybe. I mean, I guess we shouldn't. I don't know. I saw a report that that they found some shells and the rifle had like transgender ideology or things, Antifa stuff written on it. But again, I don't know if that's true. If that's out, you can't believe freaking anything that's being posted there. I mean, first they arrested that old white guy with his pants down. Everybody was like, "Oh, he must be the shooter," and it turns out he wasn't the shooter. He was just arrested for obstruction. Then the FBI, Kash Patel, issues a tweet that says the suspect is in custody, and then like a half hour later, they let that guy go because they said after interrogation, we let him go. They released a picture of the guy, and then during their press conference, they said we have a bunch of other videos of the suspect, but we're not releasing those at this time. And like, why wouldn't you release the fucking videos of the suspect? Like, I don't understand why you would keep that stuff secret. So I'm not saying there's a conspiracy, but it's just,
he walked off.
right. I'm like, I don't know. I'm not saying it's a conspiracy. It's just they're not handling the situation very well, and people are trying to wait and figure out what's going on. So yeah, I don't know. Just crazy.
They should wait till they have all the information and then let it out. You know, they it's like this is the Colombians have a saying, "Cuco's down." All right, that means you got caught with your pants down. All right, and this got nothing to do with FBI, nothing to do with law enforcement. You know, they didn't have enough people there. The FBI, it's not their job to cover Charlie Kirk. You know what I mean? They didn't want to put any people there, so they only sent like 8 guys. All right, because he does this all the time. You can't just send out everything. You know what I mean? And they probably didn't have any threats. And he's just doing his thing. He puts his plate on. He freaking goes to work. You know, and somebody fucking shot him because they don't like what he says. Because they can't handle it because they're a bunch of fucking crybabies.
Right.
All right? But this is the thing. You know who they're going to get next? They're going to shoot the guy from Pennsylvania that got all the Trump voters. That got everybody to sign up and to win that. Like anybody that does this that they don't like, they're going to shoot. You got to understand that this is a fucking war. Like, we're just trying to be left alone and allowed to live our lives. And because we don't agree with some fucking idiot, they're out hunting us. That is what is going on. It's not that fucking hard to figure out.
John Merck said, did you all see the video of a man who ran out of the front of a building and took off a jacket and ran off? No, I didn't see that.
I didn't see it, but it's like this. If he's a shitty shot, that's probably him then.
Yeah.
It's fucking 200 yards. I could spit on your face at 200 yards. You know, you got a fucking rifle from pre-World War II, or a World War II rifle, actually, that came back that somebody fucking rechambered. I guarantee you what that is. That's what it is. They put a fucking hunting scope on it that they got at fucking Walmart. They went out and shot it 200 yards. Like, wow, it's not that hard to shoot something that big at 200 yards. And then they fucking shot him. They shot him because they didn't like him. It's not some government fucking cover-up. Right?
Well, why would the government cover it up? Like, the government right now is on Charlie Kirk's side. So, like, why would the government cover it up? Like, if it was, you know, if it's a Biden presidency and they the government murders a conservative, you'd go, okay, they're going to cover it up. But why would the conservative presidency murder one of their best friends? He was clearly, it's well known, he was friends with all the Trump family. He got his job carrying Donald Trump Jr.'s luggage at airports. Like, they brought him on as an intern when he was 18, carrying the luggage for Donald Trump Jr. And then, so, like, they're friends with him. So they're going to murder one of their best friends, cover it up for what? Like, what's the goal? Like, I don't know what would be like the point about it.
You want me to tell you?
I guess liberals would say Trump's looking for an excuse to declare a civil war or to make himself a third-term president or whatever. But again, you murder one of your best friends to do that. Like, there's ways to do that you don't have to murder your best friend. So I don't understand. I don't know. I don't understand the concept behind it.
Charlie Kirk was murdered because he's telling the youth of America to stop listening to the shitbags in college that are trying to fucking brainwash them with anti-American propaganda. That's why he was killed. He's not a fucking Nazi. He's a good guy. That doesn't matter if you had different views than him. He still liked you as a person. Like, it's got nothing, like, they fucking killed him because he's showing youth of America that they're being fucking lied to. That's why he was shot by some fucking idiot that couldn't fucking handle it. Don't tell me. Don't use your actual facts. I will use my lies. And that's why he got fucking killed. It is a sad day in America. All right? That a guy like that gets fucking shot. And then you have shitbags go on fucking out on the news and say, oh, it was probably some right-wing conservative firing his gun off in the air. Yeah, fuckface.
Celebration.
That's what we fucking do. We fire
Right.
our guns off into the air, right? Because we're fucking retarded like you.
Yeah, she should be the next one to fire. The guy she was interviewing got fired. So she was, that idiot lady who said that about possibly shooting guns in celebration was interviewing a guy. I think his name was Kevin Dowd or whatever. And then he also said, you know, evil things beget evil acts or hate words or whatever. So he basically blamed Charlie Kirk for it. Yeah, he was fired in like the first 3 hours after that. So that guy's gone, but she should be gone too, the commentator. That's one of the funniest things out of it, not to be funny, but like all these people keep getting fired that are like saying all these horrible things. Like the one guy was like the chief communications officer for the Carolina Panthers, and he said something gross, so they fired him. There was a teacher here in Florida somewhere, and like one of the Florida senators called the superintendent, and then they put that lady on suspension while they're investigating. So yeah, that reporter guy got fired. So it is sort of at least funny watching all these idiots get fired for all the stupid shit that they say. Which, you know, again, free speech is free speech. You should say that, but then you get whatever the consequences come with that. Not
Right.
getting murdered. Getting fired is a consequence. Getting canceled or whatever can be a consequence, but you should never get murdered for saying things that people don't like. So, you know, they're getting what they get. So it's interesting.
Charlie Kirk never hurt anybody. Just their
Right.
fucking feelings. And you know what? Fuck your feelings.
Well,
Fuck 'em,
you say
candy
that,
ass.
Mike, but number one, words are violence. Let's remember that. Words are violence. And with
No,
his
they're not.
words,
They're fucking words.
he's hurt all kinds of people because they're losing their rights and they're being
Oh yeah, they're losing their fucking rights.
attacked and shoved out of society and everything
Yeah.
along those lines. So, you know, words have
Yeah,
violence. Words are violence.
Everybody go. You don't want to leave me the only one here in front of the camera.
Words are violence.
I'm just tired of this shit. Like, you know what I get a big chuckle out of? All these fucking crybabies on the left talking about revolution. Hey, fuck faces. We're the only ones with guns.
Well, apparently not, since all the trans people are shooting up everybody, so they can get guns somehow.
Yeah, you
I
better
guess.
go get some more trans to shoot people up. Fucking cry about gun control and then want to talk about revolution? What do you think revolution is? You fucking candy ass. I'm just tired of these people.
John's gonna
Well, it'll be
find-
interesting to see what comes out of it. What happens next? Everybody keeps saying, "Oh, this will be a watershed moment and things will change." I'm like, no, because like last year they shot President Trump in a year, and everybody said the same thing, and like 3 days later they were calling him Hitler again and saying all his voters were garbage and everything else. So like they're not gonna change. They're all coming out like Gavin Newsom and all these people coming out. Oh, there's no place for political violence in this country. But then go back and watch all of his videos, the shit that he says about Trump and their supporters, and then be like, but you said it. So I don't understand what's happening. So no, they're all going to say that. They're going to give their platitudes for the next couple of weeks, and then they'll move on and start calling us all Nazis again.
Let me explain something to you. We all want to be left alone and live our lives. You know what? They're not going to let us. You guys understand that? They're not going
that
to
way.
let us go live our lives because we don't want to be bothered with their stupid ass bullshit. Okay? It's not going to stop. So if you don't voice your opinion now, if you don't voice the way you want to live, your morals, shit like that, all we're going to hear ever is these fucking idiots, all right, talking about what they think, all right? They're trying to destroy this country. Does everybody understand that? Like, they don't even know it. They're just brainwashed to be mental midgets. Like, this is America. And if you haven't been watching the news, who we got running it, you're in for a fucking shock. All right? We now have a Secretary of War. Like, here's the deal. We're allowed to be men again. I know you tried to change that. You tried to change it and make everybody weak so we could be a weak fucking country so our enemies could take advantage of us, but we're done. And just to let you know, the world is done also. The world is done taking your bullshit. Everybody is coming out and saying they're fucking through with it. They're done. We are done being silent. We're done letting you do stupid shit. All right? Now is a time to voice your opinion, your morals, what you want to do. It's like this. Everybody has a right to vote for whatever they want. This is fucking America. All right? Where you don't have the right is to be a fucking idiot. And that is what's going on in this country. We've been letting the idiots talk for too long. You have the right to be Democrat. You have the right to be a Republican. You have the right to be independent. Whatever you want, libertarian. You have the right. And we should appreciate that. You should appreciate someone being different than you. What you shouldn't take is someone being a fucking mental moron.
On that note, Sean Hilton says Boulevard Cafe in Sarasota was praising the shooter on its Instagram.
Yeah.
All right, don't go there.
Nope.
Yeah, I was just going to say something about that because our good friend Martin Hyde posted a thing about that nobody was going there. And apparently they said something, again, insensitive about how they're happy he died or whatever. And then they're getting review bombed. They have like 500 negative reviews or something on their site. And he went by there today and took a picture of the place being empty with no customers and like posted it on Facebook that said, yeah, no customers. So yeah, apparently their local place that's getting shellacked.
Just go on a thing and write a review saying the people that own this place are idiots.
Yep.
There you go. I mean, that's the truth.
James Northup says they've been raising years, and people like Charlie have kept us talking it out. Now they have started killing.
There it is.
Killing our voices of reason.
Well, and that's really the sad irony is that the whole thing about Charlie Kirk was to talk. Like his whole shtick was going to places where they didn't like him and having conversations with people. If you ever watched any of those videos, he was never rude. He didn't call anybody names. He never went violent. They, of course, did it to him. But his entire shtick was basically, let's have a conversation and see if I can, change your mind or get you to come over to my side, or maybe you'll change mine. I've seen a few videos where like he conceded some points. Like his whole shtick was talking to people. And then for him to get shot because his shtick was not violence, but talking to people is like the ultimate sad irony to the situation here.
There's a FBI press conference at 9:30. Barry Chris says.
Yeah.
9:30.
Well, then people are stupid because they don't even know. Like I've seen people be like, "Oh, Charlie Kirk, he goes to the college campuses and does the prove me wrong thing or whatever." I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ! Number one, it's changed my mind, and number two, that's not Charlie Kirk. That's Steven Crowder. Like they can't even get their fucking people right.
They're so Crowder. They don't care.
Right. They're so stupid. They can't even get their damn people right.
So Pat says,
weirdos.
The adults have had enough of these maladjusted children who continue to think that they deserve their way, and they will cry and stomp their feet until they get their way. Now they've played their hand and drawn a line in the sand. They don't want to talk. They want it their way.
Oh boy, Python.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. Like I said, it's just, I don't know. It's weird. It's like the 60s all over again when you have all these political assassinations and then all the riots or whatever. It's like everything's just kind of flip-flopping around. It's really weird. Sad. Buy more
shitty
ammo.
world.
The only vice.
It's a shitty world. It's not getting better. Right. Buy ammo.
Right.
Get ready to defend yourself. Because they're not going to stop.
Well, it's not getting better. It's not getting better. Because every time something like this happens again, people always said, "Oh, this is going to be the moment where everything like calms down and turns around." And then it's not. Like you can see the graduation from riots to like attempted assassinations to assassinations. Like it just keeps ramping up. And every time something happens, you think it's going to go backwards, and it ends up going forward. And so it's going to be. Like I don't see it. It's not like it's going to be bad.
You know why it's not going to change? Because we got to fucking get up and go to work in the morning.
Right. right? Nobody's burning down city. Yeah, you notice nobody's burning down cities or looting Best Buys or anything this weekend because their guy got shot.
Right. Because I was at fucking work. Because I have a job so I could pay taxes so I could fucking fund all these fucking lefty crybabies that don't want to work.
Yeah. And
Like,
a
that was
family
a
to be
Charlie
with
Kirk
and
thing.
take care of instead of all these people that don't have kids and family and whatever. Yeah, you're a little older. It definitely seems to be, I don't know. It's just kind of a weird, because it's different though, because you start to think, well, maybe it's all the young people, but then I remember that idiot that shot up the congressional baseball game like 6 or 7 years. He was like a 60-year-old white guy who's a Bernie Sanders fan. So it's not even just like the youth of the people or whatever. It's just a whole bunch of people on a certain side of the political persuasion or whatever that are just going nuts all of a sudden. I don't understand it.
It's like when you hear the version of what happened on January 6th from someone from the left, and you hear the version of it from the facts or somebody who was there,
right,
are two different fucking stories. Oh, all the DC cops that were killed. Like, the only fucking person who got killed on that day was shot.
Yeah, it was
because
Ashley
they went through a window.
Unarmed Trump supporter, yeah. Now, I was in the only Facebook post, because I don't fight on Facebook anymore. It's not worth my time. But somebody did post yesterday, like, a list of things about, political violence is getting escalated. And they're like, Gretchen Whitmer kidnapping, January 6th. And then now, these assassinations. I'm like, hold on. Like, the Whitmer thing, number one, didn't result in any violence, and is most likely that was an FBI setup. And I said nobody got killed on January 6th except an unarmed Trump supporter. Everything else on the list is the left side, and you left off the congressional baseball shooter. You left off that crazy guy that sat outside Justice Kavanaugh's house and was going to murder him and his whole family because of the abortion thing. You left out all the trans people that are shooting Christian schools because they don't like religions. I'm like, you're leaving out all the left-wing stuff, and you're trying to equate that to being the same as people trespassing on January 6th. So I went in a big diatribe about it and then walked away because I didn't want to get in any further back and forth. But yeah, you're just gonna hear all that. You already hear that. You hear the both sides crap. You hear the butters like, yeah, he didn't deserve to be shot, but he also said a bunch of bad things. And then you're gonna get the gun control people. Now AOC comes out and says this is about gun control. This is why we shouldn't have unregulated firearms on the street, because they are just never going to accept the fact that all the violence is coming from one side, and it's because of shit that they say and do, and they're never going to admit that. And until they do, it's just going to keep getting worse.
What about knives?
Yeah, you can't have knives in England, but yet.
Well, and again, it was already and I bet you it wasn't an unregulated firearm. Like you said, you're going to find out that this was probably legally bought, just like all the firearms are. They go through background checks, or it was legally handed down. I mean, it's a bolt action rifle. You can still walk into any Walmart in America and buy one of those. There's other things you can't buy there anymore, but they still sell them at Walmart. So, like, that's not a gun that you would, like, how would you regulate that? And again, he was on a campus. You can't have firearms on a campus already.
Yeah,
so
gun-free zone, gun-free zone.
Yeah.
Fucking idiots.
Anyway. All right, well, let's do this, because we're getting towards the end already. Let's talk about something that I know is going to calm you down. It's going to settle you. It's going to bring you down. I know it's going to even you out for tonight. So we'll switch over real quickly to a good topic that's going to put you in a good mood.
Yeah.
Did you know that open carry is now legal in the state of Florida? Good, because it's actually not. So everybody needs to slow the roll and calm the fuck down. All right, so I'm going to explain this for everybody real quick, because there's a lot of misinformation going on out there, and a lot of MFers are going to end up getting arrested or shot because they don't know what's going on, because they're listening to their Facebook lawyers and not really what's going on. So
fucking gun in their nylon holster.
Let me lay it out for you. So yesterday, a ruling came out from the First District Court of Appeals in Florida. That's the district that's like up in the Panhandle area. It generally covers like Jacksonville, I think, and a lot of that stuff up there. It is not ours. We are in the 2nd District Court of Appeals. They are based out of Tampa. They cover our area. So the 1st District Court of Appeal yesterday did come out with a bombshell ruling that said the ban on open carry in Florida is unconstitutional. Under the Heller decision, the Bruin decision that we've talked about before, there's no historical basis to have it, and it's unconstitutional. So they struck down the law as being unconstitutional. Everybody went to the interwebs and said, oh, now open carry is legal in Florida. Let's just start walking around and open carrying, because they don't understand how the system works. So a couple different things. Number one, it doesn't legally go into effect until the time to file an appeal or a motion for rehearing has elapsed. That is 30 days. So even if it stands, it doesn't really take legal effect for 30 days. The Attorney General has already come out and said that they don't plan on appealing the ruling, and DeSantis has already come out and said, we're in favor of the ruling, so we're not going to do anything about it. So there is a 99.9% likelihood that they're not going to appeal it, and so in 30 days, it will stand, and it will become an official legal decision. Now, part of the issue is going to be the way the districts are set up is, again, we have multiple districts that cover certain counties. Usually, when a district comes out with a ruling, it only applies to those counties that are in that district. So every county that's in the 1st District Court of Appeals can open carry. The 4th District Court, a couple of years ago, issued a ruling that said it is constitutional. So in the 4th District, it's not legal. You have, obviously, a conflict between the districts. What usually happens when there's a conflict is the Supreme Court of Florida takes it up because they say, hey, we can't have half the state doing X and half the state doing Y, so we need to resolve this conflict. So there's a likelihood that even if it's not appealed, the Supreme Court might step in and say, Florida, and step in and say, we need to sort this out. And who knows which way they're going to go. There are some other people online who are saying, no, that's not how it works, that if the 1st District says it's out, it's unconstitutional everywhere, and you can open carry and walk around. Bottom line is, you should not start open carrying your firearm. You should not. Because it's technically not in effect anyway. There's confusion about what district it's going to be in. There may still be an appeal because they could change their mind. Who knows? Maybe they get a bunch of backlash or angry emails or something, and so they change their mind and they do an appeal. Like, don't do anything for the next at least 30 days until everything sorts itself out. Florida Carry Inc., who did the lawsuit and won it, are telling people, don't fucking open carry yet because there's a lot of shit that still needs to be sorted out. So don't open carry. Now, the Florida Sheriff's Association has issued a memo to all of the sheriffs in the state of Florida telling them they should not enforce it anymore. That if they start arresting people for open carry, they could be subject to liability if the ruling stands. So a lot of the sheriff's departments, if you go to their websites, have issued the memo. It's boilerplate language that says, in light of this ruling, for now, we are not going to enforce the open carry ban anymore, so feel free to open carry. Now, they're advising people and reminding people that the other gun rules still apply. So just because you can open carry doesn't mean you can carry your open gun into a bar. Doesn't mean you can carry your open gun on a school ground.
We got constitutional carry.
We don't have constitutional carry.
I believe constitutional carry, you can carry it anywhere you want, but that's not how Florida's constitutional carry works. And that's not how open carry is going to work either. It's going to be subject to pretty much the same rules that every other carry is subject to. Also, make sure the other issue is, so even though the sheriffs are saying they're not going to enforce it, private property still has the right to ban you from having a gun on their property. So can you imagine all of a sudden a bunch of people start walking into the local Walmart with guns on their hip? Walmart's probably going to say, no, we don't want all these people walking around our store with guns on their hip because they're freaking out the normies. And so they can create a policy for their store Just like any other policy, no shirt, no shoes, no service, whatever that says you're not coming in our store with a gun on your hip. And so you're going to have situations where until all this gets settled, you're going to have problems. It's different than a law. Like if they had debated it, put it on the docket, passed it, you have to wait, until July 1st for it to take an effect. There's all this time for the news to be issued, for policies to be created from stores and everything else, so everybody can be ready on the date when the law hits. Because this was a ruling that basically just took everybody by surprise, ain't everybody going to be up on it. You're going to have some sheriffs that don't care what the Sheriff's Association says, that's still going to arrest you. You're going to have normies who don't know that this law came out because they don't read the legal news in the NRA paper. And so they're going to be like, why all of a sudden is there somebody with a gun? Oh my God, there's somebody with a gun. Guess what they're going to do? They're going to call 911, or they're going to come and confront you, or they're going to pull their own gun and shoot you because they don't know why you're approaching them in a parking lot with a gun on your hip when you're not supposed to have a gun on your hip because it's illegal to open carry in Florida. So you're going to have a lot of mass confusion over the next month at least, and probably even longer before all this gets sorted out. So my advice, and again, Florida Carry Inc.'s advice, they're the fuckers who did the lawsuit and won it, are telling people, do not open carry until you get the all clear from real organizations or whatever to open carry. If you do so, you do so at your own risk. So there you go. Long story short,
I got a little bit of advice too.
Go ahead.
Don't fucking open carry because it's fucking stupid.
That's a different issue. I don't disagree with you on that. Who I'm not going to open carry even if it becomes legal. But the legality of it is what it is.
Who did the lawsuit? Florida Carry Inc. Is that who did it? Here's the deal. Good for fucking you. Great job. Don't fucking open carry. It's stupid.
Right. That's the argument we've always had. I'm for legalization of open carry, but you shouldn't do it. You shouldn't do it, in my opinion, but you should have the right to whether you want to. So, long story short, there you go. My opinion is sometime in the next 45 to 60 days, we will have legal open carry in the state of Florida. So, just get ready for it.
Okay, Pat says, New Hampshire had the same issue when open carry was approved here. We still deal with it occasionally. Shannon Cannon says, stop crying about people wearing guns. Just like a cowboy day. My advice is carry what you want in the USA. We have rights.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Steve
Well,
Nelson's
there's going to be questions about, does it apply to long guns too? Yeah, there's going to be questions about, does it apply to long guns too and not, or just handguns? Because long guns are in a completely different section that was found on, because all they did was strike down the one open carry statute, which only deals basically with handguns. And so what does that mean for the other statutes? There are concealed carry has its own set of rules for places you can and when you can't carry in a completely separate statute. So does that mean the open carry rules are the exact same as the concealed carry rules or not? Because now there are no open carry rules because it was a separate statute that has now disappeared. So there's a lot of things that are going to have to be sorted out in this. You might see the legislature actually step in and not create a new ban, but they might fix some of these things like add open carry to the concealed carry statute so it covers it or whatever. So you may see like an emergency session from the legislature to sort of fix all these weird little inconsistencies or loopholes you might find now just to deal with this issue, which is why I think it will become legal, because I think they're going to pass. What I think is going to happen is they're going to get together, they're going to pass allowing open carry, and then they're going to add all the language and stuff from the other statutes to kind of incorporate that statute now, and they're just going to get what they've been trying to get for a while in a roundabout way because the courts gave it to them. If I had to guess, that's probably what's going to happen.
Last comment before we start the wheel.
Woo, open carry. Yeehaw, bitches.
Open carry is the first target for anyone planning bad deeds.
What would you know? You're a fucking cop.
Yep. Right,
or if that's true, then how come the cops aren't the first one shot if you walk in somewhere? You walk in somewhere and see an armed cop, are you likely to leave that bank and say, let me go rob another bank because there's an armed cop here? or are you going to rob that bank? If you see somebody standing at an ATM and they got a gun strapped to them, are you likely to rob that guy, or are you likely to rob the guy that comes after them that doesn't have a gun strapped to him?
No,
I'm not saying I would
gun.
carry, but I'm just telling you I can sort of understand to some extent.
Go like that.
Criminals look for the easiest targets. Criminals look for the easiest targets. They look for the easiest targets. Yes, you're going to have people that snatch the gun out of the guy's ass because he's not paying attention when he's at the grocery store. But as somebody who has known several criminals over the last 25 years of my life, criminals look for easy targets. They look for the cars that the doors are unlocked. They look for the houses that don't have security alarms and security systems. They look for the people who they don't think are going to be carrying a firearm. Does that mean people aren't going to be like, well, let me try and steal his gun? That's fine. But I do think, I'm not going to dismiss it outright. I do think there is something to the theory that 99% of criminals are criminals of opportunity, and they look for easy targets. They're less likely to rob the guy with a gun on his hip than the old lady carrying around her purse. That's all I'm saying. But that doesn't mean it's a smart idea. I wouldn't do it. I've gone on record 1,000 times saying I'm not going to do it because I don't want to draw attention to myself. But by the same token, I'm not going to dismiss the concept outright. It's up to every individual American to decide how they want to carry their firearm, and that's what the founding fathers said.
You can carry it however you want. If you carry an open carry, knucklehead.
Agreed. Let's roll. Let's spin it.
Get Karen out of here. Run
Yeah, get it out of here. Let's go.
Woohoo! Open carry. The day has come, my friend.
We're going to do the Glock block.
We're going to spin for a sock holster that Mike's giving away for free.
Yep.
What?
Nylon.
But you know what? You don't need to give away. You don't need to give away a sock holster anymore because now you can just carry it. You don't need to cover it with your sock. Why you hide your shit? Be loud and proud. Sean Hilton.
All
right, hold on.
Now, who's right?
Picking up where you left off.
Yeah. Steve Nelson.
Right in between
that
Steve
is,
Nelson.
I don't know even what to say about that. I'll be right here talking to my Woodford reserves.
Next is going to be the Smoke Show keychain.
The Smoke Show?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So this is the
we're the Smoke Show brothers.
Yep.
Magazine. Now you can't open carry your magazines. That's already legal.
Oh, Sean's out for a vengeance. And then right onto him, Steve Nelson. That's putting in the work right there. That's what I'm talking about, guys.
Next is going to be Carrie's keychain.
Roll it.
FSP one. Boom. Oh, you guys. Boom.
Yep. Those are cool.
Going this way. Yeah, with the gun on it and everything.
They're both awesome.
FSP,
Very
baby.
cool. Come on, one more click. Sean Hilton. And underneath him,
Steve Nelson.
hey, but here's the deal. Sean is 3-0. He's come back with a vengeance.
Okay. Next is the chances.
Oh, yeah, Sean gets us one.
Oh, okay. Good.
Because he doesn't have these. Nice call. Nice call on that. That would have been a problem right there.
Oh, yeah.
But I want to thank Sean for trying to make me feel better by sending me pictures of all the meat he's cooking.
Yeah. First chance.
First chance. First chance to win a chance to get an hour on the simulator. Oh!
Cat.
Cat.
Okay.
Catty cat cat.
I'll be responsible for my wardrobe, too.
Yep, most likely.
Mr. McGowan's Wardrobe, brought to you by Cat Stop. Yep, one more chance. Second chance.
And then we're done.
And then that's it. Kerry can go home.
So you're saying there's a chance.
There's a chance.
You haven't done the
There's a
sponsor?
chance it's going to be Steve Nelson. Just get to putting the work in, baby.
So you guys who have won stuff over the last 3 months have got to come and get your stuff.
There's an expiration date on it, like
Yeah.
milk.
Yeah, we're going to start recycling things if you don't come get your stuff.
Yeah, you know, they can get, like, here's the deal. It's more fun for them to play than to pick it up. But you should just come down to the Emporium and check it out
Oh
if
my
you haven't
gosh.
been there.
Yeah.
Come check it out. You know, Sean, you haven't been there since we opened. Steve, you ain't been there. Let's go. Bring it in. Hey, is Kat
I've been
and
there.
Vern, have they been since we opened?
I don't think so.
I don't think they've been there either
No,
since we
no.
opened.
All right, you guys, we got to say goodnight.
All right,
I've
we
been
got to
there.
get out of here. So as angry as I am, I'm very happy to be with all of you. And you and him and Kerry
Yes.
Yep.
and all the people that watch the show.
Thank you very much.
Thank you to all our sponsors because we didn't spank them the second time. So
Nope.
Yeah.
pop, pop, pop. All right.
Hug your family.
And everybody
Be
thank you
good to
for
your
following us and
friends.
putting up with this bullshit.
Go America.
Remember, go America.
Yes.
Be a good person. Don't fucking open carry. All right. Play music. Take us out. Peace.
Good night.